how to describe a map, or what vocabulary to be used to describe a map to score band 9 in academic writing task 1 has always been a question mark for the IELTS aspirants. In this video, I am going to explain the essential vocabulary to elaborate the structure of maps in academic writing task 1. If you find this video helpful, then please do like, share and subscribe IELTS Material YouTube channel. Hello everyone, this is Yesha, your IELTS expert from IELTSmaterial.com, helping you to prepare for IELTS, write correct answers and get a higher band score in your IELTS test. Now let's discuss the essential vocabulary to describe the map. To learn about maps, it is very important to know the real definition of what are maps. The maps are usually of a landscape, the area, the description of the area of an island or a town or a specific location that have undergone a change. Basically, in IELTS academic writing task, we have two types of maps, which actually describes two different maps with various changes. So the first one can be with the past, and we need to compare it with the present change or with the present specific area. Or it can be describing the present condition and the estimated change of the future. So hence we have two different types of maps. The first map talks about the past and the present condition. The second type of map may talk about present and the future condition. To describe a map, these are the four useful vocabulary to be used, and these would definitely give you a band 9 in your examination. The first is map description verbs, the action words specially used to describe a map. The cardinal directions, north, south, west, and east, and the intercardinal directions. The preposition of place, where exactly the two buildings are standing. Are they adjacent or are they in the opposite manner? Or the first building is exactly in front of the other building. So in front of, opposite, right angled, perpendicularly attached, or the adjacent building. These are called as prepositions of place. Specific vocabulary for a city or town. For example, crossroads. The other example can be outskirts. So these examples are called as the specific vocabulary to describe the change in a town or city. So first, let's learn about map description verbs. As the word says, this is called as action words. So obviously, these are going to be doing some action. The examples can be build, construct, extend, expand, span, and remove. The example sentences are 3 new hospitals were built. You can use these verbs according to the tenses that you're going to present in your answer. Built is actually the base form of a verb and it has been changed into the past tense, that is built. Construct. A new road was constructed next to the town. Extend. The main road into town was extended by 20 meters. You're going to try to describe the length, the extension of the length of the lane or the main road or the street by 20 meters. The next is expand. The car park was expanded, that is, the area was expanded. The car parking facility area was expanded to accommodate an extra 50 cars. So this is called as the expansion of the area. The bridge spans the width of the river. The bridge spans the width of the river that is crossed over the river. The developers removed the old post box near the retail area. Removed, or it can also be called as demolished, but demolished actually is taken for a building which has been destroyed, destructed, but might be in that particular location and another building can also be built. But this is completely removed. So nothing else is going to replace that particular area. So the developers remove the old post box near the retail area. Next is cardinal directions. This is very important and it is also easy to remember. The cardinal direction is also called as compass direction, which everyone in the world knows about: north, south, west, and east. And the intercardinal directions are called as northeast, the combination of two locations, southeast, southwest, and northwest. In this manner, you should be able to describe a few of sentences using these direction words, and it will give you a range of sentence structures to describe a map in a logical manner. You need not write a capital letter for them. This is not important. It is not at all important to write a capital N or a capital S. You can write them as normal as they look. And these are not proper nouns, these are common nouns. And hence they can be taken as adjectives as well when you're trying to describe the position. For example, in the southwestern corner, the main noun is corner. And to describe this corner, we are using this particular intercardinal direction as an adjective. In the northeast lane, let's take this an example. Lane is a noun, and to describe this noun, we have northeast, the location, the intercardinal location. Next is the most important vocabulary, which many of the aspirants do not know how to use them: prepositions of place. I have taken 3 examples. The first one being perpendicular to. The meaning of perpendicular to is at right angles to. When I actually form a right angle, then this is called as a right angle, which has the exact 90 degree. So there is a building here and there is a building here. And if I want to show a connection between these two buildings, I can definitely use this vocabulary, that is perpendicular to. How can we use that? The main road is perpendicular to the train station. Let's take this is the main road and this is the station. Here we have the station. Then obviously the main road is perpendicular to the station. It is actually taking up the 90-degree angle. Next is clockwise, following the rotating direction of the clock hands. Moving in a clockwise direction from the hospital, we can see the new car park. So if I have to take the clockwise direction, let's say this is the circle or this is the area, and I'm going to take moving in the clockwise direction, I can find the new car park area. So let's take this is the car park area and I'm standing here, or I have described about a building here. So I would be taking this, I would be starting from this location to the new car park. And I'm going to move in the clockwise direction. The last one is along. Let's take it as nearby. Along the roadside, we can see a new retail area and more office developments. So here, let's take this is the roadside and we have many different buildings here. So we can say that along the roadside or nearby the roadside, we can see a new retail area and many office developments. In this manner, you can use these prepositions of place to properly describe the structure of maps. Now, at the end, finally, let's learn about specific vocabulary for a city or town. These vocabulary are different, and you need to understand the meaning of this vocabulary before using them in the description of a city or a town, or in the description of the changes that have undergone in the city or a town. Let's take the first one as community greens. The meaning of community greens is shared open green space in residential neighborhoods. This is shared open green spaces. So you can also take it as park, the community park, the municipal corporation park, or the gardens, which is actually shared by many residential neighborhoods. The second one is greenfield land, untouched and pristine land, fields and forest. So greenfield land is nobody has touched this particular area. It is as same over the years, remain unchanged, and these are lush green area, and hence these are called as greenfield lands. Next is grid plan, a plan in the shape of a grid. So you all must be knowing about grid. This is called as grid. So a plan which is described in the shape of a grid. Next is pavement or sidewalk, the part of the street dedicated to just pedestrians. Pedestrians, or I would say the pedestrian street, where people use these street or the lane only to walk, and that is why they are called as pedestrians. The one who walks or takes a routine as by walking, and there is a separate lane always presented along the pavement, or it is also taken as along this roadside on the left as well as on the right side of the road, where people use these lanes to walk and commute to their workplaces or to any place where they want to move to or where they want to walk through. And this is called as pavement or sidewalk. It is specially designed for pedestrians. Next is roadside. So that is the side of the road. Zone of transition, an area that is moving from one status to another. For example, let's take a complete park which has seen a transition from a park to a residential area. So a complete zone changed into a new area, or I would say a zone completely changed into a new area. And that is why this particular vocabulary can be used as zone transition. Now, the most important thing that has to be understood when you are going to describe about the maps is which particular tense you will be using in elaborating the structure of maps. So let's take the first option, that is present passive. Sentences to be written in the present tense, but the sentence structure can be taken into the passive form. Overall, there are significant changes found in the island, particularly the new accommodation facilities. This is present. There are significant changes found in the island. Future passive, when you have a map which represents the estimated change of structure, so then you can use future passive. Overall, the resort will be built on the island, will include a hotel, a reception, houses, an artificial lake, and a pier. So this is actually taken in future passive. This is just the normal future tense, but when it is taken as will be, it is future passive. Perfect passive. You take a perfect tense, whether it is present, past, or future, but you use a perfect passive. Perfect passive means has plus been plus V3. That is the third form of the verb. Overall, the island has been transformed into a new resort, which includes, and then you can continue with your sentence, which includes a hotel, a reception, houses, an artificial lake, and a pier. The same sentence can be taken in this way, but the way of describing it, that is the tense used, makes it something different. In this manner, you need to decide what tense would be used according to the question given. Let's also learn a few example sentences which actually describes the cardinal direction. Now, the first one is that is on the western side, extreme western side. On the western side of the lake, there are no longer any grey field sites or wasteland. So grey field sites or grey field is called as wasteland. Next is in the northwestern corner. In the northwestern corner of the rubric, we can see the tallest of the three buildings. Rubric, the complete square box, which actually has three buildings. The tallest of the three buildings on the northwest corner, completely to the south. To the south of the lake, we can see a new footpath leading to a lake. So this is called as taken to the bottom, the complete bottom end, and it can be given in the form of a cardinal direction, that is to the south. Next is in the center of the island, the exact middle position of the island. In the center of the island, there is a new hotel. To the east of the first car park, we can see three new buildings. Again, it's something related to cardinal direction, saying that to the east. To the east of the car park. So you have a car park on the east, and east of that car park, you have three new buildings. Significant. There were significant developments in the second map. Significant means important developments in the second map. In this manner, you should apply all these vocabulary, or at least you should try to use these vocabulary when you have the question related to maps. I hope these vocabulary will help you in writing the description of the maps in a logical manner. If you think that this video has helped you in writing the descriptive structure of maps, then please let us know about the same in the comment section below. For more free IELTS learning, please follow this channel. And for this video, do like, share, and subscribe the YouTube channel IELTS Material for more IELTS exam updates. Thank you.